Welcome to Chapter 4 of Digital Electronics Flip-flops. This is one of the very important topics as far as your digital design is concerned. The reason being that using flip-flops you can design counters and as well as shift registers. The counter design itself is a separate topic which I will upload the video separately, and as far as shift registers is concerned, it is also a digital circuit which is meant for single bit transmission. Let us go into the flip-flops this chapter. Now, as I told you, we started our discussion with flip-flops, but rather going into that directly, one should know about latches. The latches operate with enable signal, which is level sensitive, whereas flip-flops are edge sensitive. Before I will not go too much into those details first, rather we will go into the latches. SR latch. See here the output is a part of the output is connected to the input in both the latches, and here you are going to have R and S as your input with E, which is nothing but your enable signal. Let us take that E is equal to 1 and R and S both are 0. So what will happen is the output will be 0. Taking that as, initially we assume that Q is equal to 0, means Qt bar will be equal to 1 because it is a complemented part of this output. 0, 1. Here it is 0. This 0 comes here and here it is 0. 0 plus 0, and here what happens is it's a NOR gate, so it becomes 1. So this 1 comes here, and 1 and 0, it is 1, it becomes 0. It means that the whatever if is S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0 means, it means that Q and T, which was earlier was 0, and Q bar of T, which was earlier was 1, will remain as 0 and 1. It means that Q and T and Qt bar remains unchanged. This can be shown here with the help of your table. See, I told you 0 and 0 means Qt plus 1. Qt plus 1 is basically your next output, next state output. The next state output Q of T is Qt of 1, Qt plus 1 is equal to Q of T. Now you take S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1 means Q of Qt plus 1 will be equal to 0. That is Q of T is equal to 0. When S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0 means Q of T is equal to 1. When both are 1 means we are not going to give any output, because what will happen is it will lead to some kind of an improbable situations where Q of T is equal to 0 or Q bar of T is also is equal to 0, or Q of T is equal to 1 means Q bar of T is also equal to 1, which is an impossible condition. That is why we call this as an impossible condition. We are leaving it as blank. Next, we go to what you call it as a D latch. Again, the working is simple. It is basically a latch which is used in buffers where you want to store the data as it is. So whatever your input you give, that will be given as an output. That is the meaning of this word buffer. The working of this is also given here. See, when D is equal to 0 means Q of T plus 1, that is your next state output, is also equal to 0. When D is equal to 1 means Q of T plus 1 is also equal to 1. So whatever you give your input, that will be your output. This is the case of your D latch. We started our discussion with latches. Now we are moving to flip-flops. There are 4 different categories of flip-flops. One is SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, JK flip-flop, T flip-flop. We shall discuss one by one. SR flip-flop. Here we have to understand that this you are having is your AND gate, and this you are having is your NOR gate, and this is Q of t and this is Q bar of t. Let us take that as clock is always equal to 1, and take Q is CLK is equal to 1, take R is equal to 0, S is equal to 0, and pre-assume that Q of t is equal to 0 means QT bar will be always equal to 1. So let us take this way. So this is 0, this is 1, and we are taking this is equal to 0 and 0. So what will be the output of this NAND gate? This will be equal to 0. Now this 0 is now here given as an input to your NOR gate here. This 0 is given as an input to this NOR gate. Now already I have taken that this is equal to 0 and this is equal to 1 means this 1 will come here and this 0 will come here. This 1 already goes here and this 0 already goes here. So 1 plus 0, 1 plus 0, that is equal to 1 but in NOR gate, but here it is a NOR gate, so it is remains 0 and this remains 1. So when S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0 means whatever the value of Q of t and Q bar of t is there, it is going to remain unchanged. Understand that? If you are not able to understand, again it's just a very simple thing. You are just going to know. The thing here we have to know is you already have to, when you are going to take a, unlike your other combinational logic circuits, you have to have a predefined values. See, where the combinational logic circuits, you never had a output which is given as an input here. Only in these kind of circuits only you are going to have an output which is given as an input here. Understand that? So whatever the value of Q of t and Q bar of t very starting itself, that same value will remain when you are going to have S is equal to 0 and R is equal to 0, keeping clock is equal to 1. This is your triggering. So I have taken clock as a positive triggering, so clock is equal to 1. Negative triggering means the clock will be 0. When clock is equal to 0, it will be active. When clock is equal to 1, it will be inactive. But here I am taking is your positive clock triggering. Now I will see the next one. The next thing is S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1. S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1. Here we had previously we had taken as this is 0 and this is 1. Previously the previous value you have to take. This is actually the concept behind your sequential logic circuits. You have to take the previous value. So we are taking S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, taking clock is equal to 1, and you are taking 0 and this is 1. So what will happen is this is 1, this is 1 means the output will be 1 here, and here the output will be 0 here, and here I am taking the output as 0, previous output, and I am taking this as 0, and here I am taking output as 1, and here I am taking 1 and 1. So 1 and 1 means what will happen is for NOR gate it will be 0. So this becomes 0, and this 0 comes here, this 0 and this 0, 0 plus 0, and this will becomes 1. So what it means, when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1 means Q is equal to 0. It means Q is equal to 0 means Q bar or QT bar is equal to 1. But we should not take it as the same, because the Q value will change. The previously what happened was we are just when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0 means the values remained same, but here the values changed. So it is now 0, this is 1. Q is equal to 0, QT bar is equal to 1. Now I am changing this value. S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0. S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0. I am taking this as Q is equal to 0, QT bar is equal to 1. This is 1. This clock is also equal to 1. The output of this AND gate is equal to 1. And here it is 1. This is 0. The output of this AND gate is 0. Now what I have to do? I have to take this 0. I am going to put it here 0. And this is 1. 1 plus 0. What will happen? 1 plus 0. This is going to be 1. And but it is a NOR gate. So it becomes 0. Now this is 0. Now this 0 goes here. This 0 goes here, 0 plus 0, 0. But here it's an OR gate, so it becomes 1. Q of t, the next state is Q of t, this becomes 1 and Q t bar is equal to 0. How this happens? Only when S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0. And finally, when you are going to have S is equal to 1 and R is equal to 1, means both will be complemented, and so both will have either zeros or ones, which is not a probable condition. It's not a satisfactory conditions. This is rather an impossible conditions. So we have to go for this is not allowed. This problem is, this is one limitation as far as your SR flip-flop is concerned. As I told you like S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1, S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. It means that when S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0 means the present state is Q of t. The next state is also 0 because there is no change. Whatever the value of previous value, the same thing is there. Now I am taking S is equal to 0, R is equal to 0. I am changing Q of t as 1 means, I am taking it as 1 means Q bar of t will be 0. It means that Q of t also will remain same. Then S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1 means Q of t will become 0. It will become, because it will be Q bar of t will be equal to 1. So the next state also I am taking it as 0. And S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1 means there is a change, there is a mistake here. So it should again will be 0 and 0. I am taking this as S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0. Previously I am taking it as 0 means, so definitely the next state Q of t plus 1 will be 1. We have to take the previous value. Here it is 0. There is a mistake here. So don't get confused here. So whatever the value of S is equal to 0, R is equal to 1 means the next state becomes your present state. So this should be 0. Actually it should be like this. This should be here. When you take changes, you have to make changes here. And S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0 means I am taking this is equal to 1. Before this is applying I think this is before you apply the clock triggering. After you apply the clock triggering, this remains as it is. So before you apply the clock triggering, it is 0. The next state is 0. Once you apply the clock triggering, it remains the same. You change it and you see it. Before you apply it, it is as it is. After you apply it, it changes. And when you have both ways, it is an impossible condition. Now coming to D flip-flop. D flip-flop is also known as delayed flip-flop, where it acts as a buffer between your input and your output. Whatever the value you give, that is again passed to the output. It is only a single input flip-flop where you are going to have an input D and you are going to have a positive clock triggering. So how the working it is, let us see with the help of a characteristic table. Simple. When D is equal to 0 is present state value is also equal to your next state value. The next state value is same as the present state value. So whatever you give the input, that remains the output. And D is equal to 1, next state output is also equal to 1. Now coming to JK flip-flop. See, one of the reasons we go for JK flip-flop is to avoid the situation which was encountered in SR flip-flop where both S and R were equal to 1. So we had to leave that spaces where there was no output. Either you never know, both were either 1 or both were equal to 0. That is your QT and QT bar both were equal to either 1 or 0. This is one impossible situation which is occurring in JK flip-flop. So here what we are going to do is, we are going to see how this our situation is avoided. The working of this JK flip-flop is similar to your SR flip-flop up to the point of 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. From 1, 1 only it changes. See here. the thing here is like your the qt bar is given to your k and q bar t is given to your j. So the outputs, the complemented output is given to the corresponding inputs. Output from the flip flop are given as an input to your j and k. That is the difference, which is not there in your SR flip flop. So how it works? You take any value. Let us take q is equal to 0, qt bar is equal to 1, take clock is equal to 1, take j is equal to 0, k is equal to 0. Now what happens? Now you take this is 0, this 0 comes here, this 0 is here, and this is 1. So 3 input AND gate. So what will be? Your output will be 0. Similarly, this is 1 here, this 1 will come here, this 0 is here, this is 1 here, again the output will be 0. Now this 0 will come here, 0 plus 0. 0 plus 0, what you get is your NOR gate output. 0, any two inputs are low means the output will be high. So here it will be 1. And this 1 will travel here, and this 1 plus 0 and here, and it will be either one of the values are high and low means the output will be 0. So you get 0 here and you get 1 here. So what it means? Again this is similar to when j is equal to 0, k is equal to 0 means there is no change in your output values. Then see here, I could say, see here, when j is equal to 0, k is equal to 0 means q of t. Q bar of t is equal to q of t. Let us go back here. Now when j is equal to 1, k is equal to 0 means what will happen is q of t will be equal to 1, q bar of t is equal to 0. How? Let us tell you. Take j is equal to 1, k is equal to 0, clock is equal to 1, and here it is 0, previous value you take it, because we are going to give a new value here. So we have to keep the track of your previous value. So you take q is equal to 0, qt bar is equal to 1. Q is equal to 0, qt bar is equal to 1. So what happens is this 0 will come here, 0, 0, 1. This becomes 0. And qt bar is equal to 1. So this 1 here, this is 1 here, this is 1. So the output of the AND gate will be equal to 1. Now what happens is this 1, this 0 will come here, and 1 plus 0, 1. And this 1 plus 0 is equal to 1, which is given as an input to your NOR gate will be 0. And this 0 comes here, and this 0 and this 0, 0 plus 0, so the output of the NOR gate will be equal to 1. So therefore q of t is equal to 1, qt bar is 0. Then now you change j is equal to 0, k is equal to 1. So what will happen is this becomes 1, qt bar is equal to 1, q of t is equal to 0. You can try it on your own, and keep it. What you have to do is before you go to the next state inputs, you have to keep the track of your previous inputs. Then only you will be able to know how we can get the next value. This is one significant aspect as far as your flip-flops is concerned. See here, when j is equal to 0, k is equal to 0, q of t of plus 1 is equal to q of t. When j is equal to 0, k is equal to 1, q of t plus 1 is equal to 0. When j is equal to 1, k is equal to 0, it is 1. And both are 1 means, now this is one one problem which was there in SR flip-flop has been solved in JK flip-flop. When both j and k are equal to 1 means q of t plus 1 will be your qt bar. That is, if q of t plus 1 will be, if q of t was 1 means q of t plus 1 will be equal to 0. So whatever the present output value will be the complement of your previous output value. Suppose this is 1 means this will become 0. Or suppose or vice versa. Whatever is the state we are going to take. That is why we have not taken, we have given any value here. Rather we are given the equation, the form, the variable rather. Next. we move to what you call as T flip-flop. The function of T flip-flop is similar to your JK flip-flop, with a slight difference that both J and K, if you tie it together and connect it to a common input, means that becomes your T flip-flop. So again, you have T is equal to 0, T is equal to 1, you can have it, and clock again it will be positive triggering. The functioning of the T flip-flop will be similar. Suppose you take T is equal to 0, Q of T is equal to 0, Q of T bar is equal to 1, means this is 0, this is 1, this 0, 0, 0, 1, this will become 0, this is 1, this is 0, this is 1, again it will be 0. Then what will happen? This 1 will come here, 1 plus 0, 1, this becomes 0, and this 0 comes here, 0 plus 0, this will be equal to 1. So whatever T is equal to 0 means Q of T and Q T bar will be same. Whatever is the previous value, the same value will remain as it is. Suppose now I am changing T is equal to 1. And here I am taking it was earlier it is 0, this is 1, means what will be the value? So again you take this is 0, this is 1, and this is equal to 1. This 0 will come here, this 0, this is 1, this is 1, so again it will be 0, and this 1 will come here, this is 1, this is 1, this is 1. The output of this AND gate is equal to 1. Now here it is 0, and this is 1, 1 plus 0, 1. And this 1 plus 0, 1, again given as an input to your NOR gate, this will become 0. Then this 0 means this 0 goes here, and here it is 0. 0 and 0 will be given as an input to NOR gate, it will become 1. So what happens is, the earlier this was 0, now Q of T becomes 1. So it means that Q of T is now becoming complemented. So Q of T becomes equal to Q bar of T now. That is, if it is equal to 0 means now it is equal to 1. This condition is there only when T is equal to 1. When T is equal to 0 is there means it is going to remain the same. You can see this characteristic table here of the T flip-flop. So we at present we have given the basic concepts of flip-flops, like what are the different types of flip-flops and their working. The next video I will be talking about converting one flip-flop to another flip-flop. Thank you.